We did promise you an update on a name you've heard connected a lot with the Philadelphia 76ers, who hold the third pick in the draft next week. Hugh, you know from the jump here, as soon as we started this, when they got the third pick, I said, that's the kind of pick that can help change the franchise.
Yeah,
if they
you want
get
somebody
right.
life-changing.
But here's who I don't want. I don't want Ace Bailey. I didn't want him from the beginning, and that was really just based on his play. I didn't know anything about the kid. I mean, he went to Rutgers, right? He didn't make the tournament. I didn't like the way he didn't shoot the ball smartly to me. To me, he takes too many contested shots. Yeah. Not a great free throws. I just think there's a lot of red flags about the player. Nothing to do with the person. But now we're finding out some red flags about maybe the guidance he's getting as a young man. So there was a story that last week VJ Edgecombe became the most likely pick for the Sixers because he came here for a visit. Very good impression. Meanwhile, Ace Bailey hadn't come for a visit yet. And that was kind of weird. Like, did he decline? Did he not want to come? All right, so that was that. Hugh, we got a story a couple days ago that he is going to come for a visit. So no worries on that. Well, this morning the news came out that Ace Bailey has canceled his visit with the Philadelphia 76ers to the point where they had a hotel booked for him. They had a flight for him. And he, at the last minute, said, nah, I'm not coming. Hugh, this is the last straw. I mean, if the Sixers have half a brain, they won't take this kid. The reports are out there that he wants to get to a team that will give him the ball a lot early. I could translate that like not other star established players. He wants to play where he will be the man. Mm-hmm. And I will read into that as he doesn't mind losing a lot early in his career as long as he could shoot the basketball. I think they would be out of their mind to take this kid. Refusing to come visit, canceling a visit, wants to be the guy and kind of get the ball a lot early instead of playing with other good players. I'm totally out.
It's different. Like, we talked about this morning, Joe, yep. and talked about how the fact that these kids are different. And I brought up the young defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals was Shamar Stewart, and his situation. These kids have a strong sense of self nowadays, especially the ones that have the athletic ability that Ace Bailey has, and he feels strong. I'm assuming all of this, reckless speculation. I'm assuming he feels that he's in a position where he can't fail. He's in control of his destiny. That's what it sounds like he's trying to do. And it sounds like he's trying to be in a place where he can maximize his dollars as much as he possibly can. And in his mind, that means playing for a team that's devoid of stars so that he can become the star. And you know what's funny? When I think about him, I think that he's trying to be like Ant-Man a little bit, and go to a team where he can be the focal point because it's about the shoe contract and the endorsements for a lot of these kids.
You may very well be right. I don't care about any of that.
I know you don't. Yeah. You're looking at the bigger picture.
Well, I don't want him on the Sixers.
But he's not. This is the thing that I don't think that his team is telling him. That even though you're looking at the short term and all of this could potentially have long-term ramifications by the way that you're handling your business.
Let's hear Jonathan Cavoni. He covers the draft for ESPN. He had this kid falling, I believe, to the Wizards, their latest mock draft. Here is him on the situation.
Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, been locked in at 1 and 2 pretty much this whole process. The draft starts with Philadelphia. Who do they take? VJ Edgecombe or Ace Bailey? Ace Bailey was 3 for a while. He slid all the way to 6 in our latest mock draft. NBA teams are a little bit perplexed about his pre-draft process. He's the only player who is yet to conduct a single workout to this point. He has not visited any NBA team facilities. Ace Bailey's camp is adamant in conversations that he's a top 3 player in this draft, and they're looking for a clear pathway to stardom, both with minutes and opportunity. Now, Bailey's camp seems to feel confident that if Philadelphia, where he's working out later this week, or Charlotte at 4 decide to pass on him, then Washington, New Orleans, Brooklyn, who are 6, 7, and 8, somebody's going to trade up to get him. A lot of uncertainty about how this is all going to play out. No one really knows how it's going to end up and where Bailey would pick. That's going to be one of the biggest storylines I'm going to be tracking on draft night.
So the last thing this morning was that the Sixers are not ruling out still taking him. I'm trying to help the Sixers out here. They would be out of their minds to take this player. He doesn't want to play with other good players. I mean, they could say it any way they want. That's what he wants. A clear path to stardom and usage means the ball in his hands. If he plays with a lot of other good players, you got to share the basketball. That's the way the game works. If he wants to score, the kid can knock himself out. If he wants to go to Washington and play for the Wizards, go score 25 points a game. I mean, I'm happy for him. I think if the Sixers took him after he canceled on the day of the meeting, they just look like fools.
That's a bad look, but I don't know, Joe.
You like Ace Bailey.
You're
becoming an Ace Bailey guy. Wow.
Can I just tell you what I heard?
Yeah.
Can I just tell you your rant made me change my mind, by the way. I just heard the opposite of Joel Embiid. And everything that you said about him, he wants the ball in his hand. He wants to be a star. Not Joel Embiid's a star. Listen, I'm not trying to slight Joel Embiid. But what have we been saying about Joel Embiid in the playoffs? Like a lot of times he shrinks. He doesn't do this. We've complained about effort in the past and all the other stuff, the want to. And now you have a kid that is trying to control his own destiny and he sounds like he wants to be a star. To me, like this, I know how you feel, and for the most part, I'm with you. But you have to think, Joe, these kids are different nowadays. Yeah. That's kind of what you want in Philadelphia, though.
But I heard a lot of
I get that.
And none of that was, hey, he wants to get to a place he can compete to win a championship. There was none of that.
That might be part of it, because you got to understand.
Well, if you want to play for the Wizards, I mean, you're signing your career away.
What were the Timberwolves before Ant-Man got there?
Yeah, but at least they've had moments. I mean,
but I'm just saying. I mean.
But Ant-Man was the number one pick.
No,
he didn't run from that.
He didn't run from it. But when you look at it, I mean, the way you present it, I kind of want that. I kind of want that attitude.
I
kind of want that bravado
next week if we get this
when you said it like that, because initially I was with you, but then when you start talking about it, that's what we like, Kyle. Isn't that what we've been missing from the Sixers?
A loser?
We had plenty of those.
Tons of those.
Listen to that dude that wants to be that dude. That's what I heard.
He wants to be it with a bad team. He didn't say he wants to come to the Sixers and become the best player and win a championship in Philadelphia.
No, I hear what you're saying.
He wants to be the focal point.
Yes.
That seems like it's not going to mesh too well with the Sixers. Like, Embiid wants to be the focal point of the team, doesn't he?
Well, we don't. Well,
you think he's going to be cool with Ace Bailey taking over?
I am operating off of the premise that Joel Embiid is not going to be the Joel Embiid that we remember. I mean, man, listen. The one thing we don't know, or we kind of do know, about this procedure that he's had or allegedly having, how many people have had success stories behind it?
Yeah, he might be cooked. I mean, you're right.
I mean, let's be honest. So it might be an opportunity for him to get everything that he wants here, because we talk about Maxey as being the leader, right? But he hasn't stepped up and became the leader.
Yeah, well, not to the
Jared
extent
McCain
of winning.
is you know what I mean?
I just think I just get vibes he's going to
No, I get what you're saying.
He's going to score 20 points on a team that wins 25
games.
Now,
I get what you're saying, because we're dealing with, we don't know what the kid has said. We don't know how he fit. We're going by the messaging.
Yeah, and maybe he's being given bad advice.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But the way that you presented, you did a good job of presenting, because you did sway me. It just sounds like that's probably the kind of attitude we need here. We need a little bit of bravado here now.
Maybe show up for the job interview, though.
Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah, you got to do that.
He didn't do that. All right, 215-592-9494. I'm fully out on Ace Bailey. I mean, I was out from the beginning, but this kid is ridiculous.